My good God. This is me in Singapore. It's my last day in Singapore. And this is the awesome woman of God that I've been spending quality time with here in Singapore, Apostle Naomi Dowdy. Apostle, can you say hello to...
Hey, everyone. You guys that are connected with this gal, Joy from Life Changers, let me tell you, you have been blessed. And you will continue to be blessed as you stay connected with her. This is our first time to really get together. But if you believe in divine appointments, I think we've experienced that.
Absolutely.
And the great things that God is going to be doing in the coming days, the coming months and years together, that I think will be a blessing to you.
Amen.
Because our combined heart is to enhance your leadership, to enhance your walk with God, to fulfill everything God has put within you. Because potential is pure potential until it is fulfilled.
Amen.
And we want to help you to reach that. And Joy, so glad you could come to Singapore.
I know. I am so glad I came. It's been a teaching moment. It's a very inspiring moment, and you just gave me your time. You just, gave me your heart, and I've enjoyed the whole experience this week, and I'm going back kind of refreshed.
Wonderful.
And inspired, and I cannot wait for you to come to Houston, come to Africa, and you guys need to hear this story, this woman's story right here. Her story is a course to study because she gives dreaming possibility, that possibility perspective, because she's done everything. She's been living here over 40 years and pastoring here 30 years. And I got to see the church. I got to see the dynamic work that has been set up under your leadership, and it's amazing. And I want you to bring that apostolic dynamic perspective and teaching to help a lot of leaders out there, so, and I'm glad that you're willing and available to pour into us, to be a blessing. So what would you want to say to the people who are called in leadership in this season?
I'd say you've just begun. You've only, in a sense, kind of scratched the surface. Where you have been leading and the gifts you've been using at this season have been like the kindergarten preparing you for the greater things that God has. Because we're moving into a season that cannot just be lackadaisical, it's okay, but there must be an intentionality that is coming through us.
Amen.
We must believe it, we must walk in it, and I believe that in the combination of gifts and things and training, that there can be an impartation that releases something inside.
Amen.
Paul said to the Church of Rome, I'm coming to impart something to you. And as we continue to link together, and Joy in her Life Changers separately, that separately and together, that there will be this kind of strengthening, strength to strength, building on each other's strengths, that be able to bring a greater impartation into your life, into your ministry, and into your business, regardless of where you are. There's more God has put inside of you.
Amen. Amen. And before I let you go, Apostle, I want you to say something to the women who are called into leadership and who are doubting themselves or feeling like, but I'm just a woman, or that I have limitations because I'm a woman. You have been there, done that. You've done evangelism, you've done crusades, you've done church planting, you've done Bible schools, you've done everything that can be done in ministry, and you have planted your succession in your presence. And tell the women something, people who feel the calling of God upon their lives, who have a dream. What would you tell them?
It takes courage to obey God. Because if God's going to take you to another level, it means you've got to step out of your comfort zone. You've got to dare to believe that what He has said about you is true. Embrace that enough to dare to step into it. And you're going to say, but I can't, I've never done that before. And that's where the faith element comes in. The faith becomes activated until there is a courage to do the seemingly impossible, things you've always thought was impossible. But God will never ask you to do something that is not impossible for you to do. Because if it was, He would not ask you to do it. But the one thing that will undergird us and always give us is the promise that God gave to David. He gave it to Abraham. He gave it to guys in the patriarchal and the New Old Testament, and then in the New, and that is, God is with you.
Amen.
God is with you. And the
Amen.
one question I think, Joy, that is very important. You remember Jeremiah was going through all kinds of arguments and trials
Yeah.
and persecution and things. But and so he's complaining to God and actually searching for answers. But in his question to God, God does what he does, and that is he asks question back to Jeremiah. And that question to Jeremiah was, and all of his complaining and all his questioning was, but now Jeremiah, listen, is there anything too hard for me? So the question is, in your gifts that God's given you and what God may be asking you to do that's totally out of your comfort zone, out of your seemingly past nature, is this: how big is your God? Is your God big enough to take you into that new season? Not in yourself. It's definitely to trust in God. But if God is asking you to do it, can you just say, yes, Lord? If you say, I will obey. And have that courage to trust him and step into it. That's the only way it's going to happen. Because you'll never feel ready. You have to step out
You
by
never
faith.
feel ready.
No.
You never feel ready. There's always going to be something to hold you back. And that's why we just have to go.
That's right.
Yeah. And I thank you for saying yes to the call. I thank you for leading the way. I thank you for blazing the trail literally. And I cannot wait, to have a moment or an opportunity where we actually discuss some of the things you've done that are phenomenal and how people can actually take those nuggets one by one, and just walk in that step because it's possible already. So I thank you for being you, and I thank you for taking care of me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
In Singapore, you made it like, oh my God. I appreciate you and I love you, and I thank God for what God is set to do from here onward. So you guys, watch out, man. Watch out. Watch
We're coming.
out.
We're coming.
Watch out. Bye.